Hello, it's Wilko Courts. Welcome back to the pod. Now, you would have seen the thumbnail and that would have made you think, well, I've watched so much stuff about this subject already and I'm probably going to watch another thing about it. So if this is your first time here, thank you for being here. Make sure you make sure you subscribe. So there is a series that I have just gobbled up and it makes total sense as to why I would gobble it up. You're nodding. What show do you think this is?
Heated Rivalry.
Okay, yeah. You absolutely
I had wondered, I was like, I should ask my very best gay friend if he's watched Heated Rivalry. And then I just thought, why would I even need to ask? Of course he has. Of course he has. It's like watching gay porn, but like without the shame. There's no stigma. It's a TV show. No worries.
There's a lot of stigma in it. Because if you've never watched Heated Rivalry, I'm not going to spoil anything for you here because I just wanted to get Courts' perspective on it because apparently I'm not the target audience anymore.
Oh, no, it's straight women. Straight women are the target audience for this, for sure. I've not watched it personally. I didn't read the books either because it came from a book series.
Yes.
But I always thought that the key audience here is straight women. Would I be wrong?
No, you're bang on. You are the target audience.
Yeah.
And I always...
We like our guys gay. What can I say?
I didn't know it was everybody. I thought it was just my friend Courts. But so it's obviously from Rachel Reid's Game Changers series. It's a romance novel. If you don't know, it's two guys. That's where the gay comes in, and they're in the League of Hockey. And they build this connection. And I don't want to give anything away because I actually want Courts to go away and watch this, and I want us to do a follow-up episode because I need to figure out.
When do you think I'm going to be able to watch this? You know, I'm not going to be able to watch this with my husband.
Now, here's the thing. Okay, we'll get to that. There's so many things for us to get to already. All right, so it is a series about two men who are in hockey and they kind of find each other and things happen. That's all I really want to say about the show itself. It's about Shane Hollander. He's a fictional character. He's a big hockey star with Ilya Rozanov, who's Russian versus Canadian. And basically, they are built as, you know how sports like to manufacture rivals, right? They like to have this guy really hates this guy on the pitch. And they sort of, and when they battle each other, everyone's like, oh, yes. Or like certain teams are always very aggressive towards each other because they just hate each other. This is very much what these two characters are. They very much don't like each other, but behind the scenes, there's stuff that goes on to suggest that they like each other a lot more than just playing against each other on the pitch.
And a lot more than kissing, I'm led to believe.
A lot more. I just want to suggest don't watch this on a plane. Don't watch it on a plane if you're traveling. If you're...
Imagine a kid behind you like looking through the little slit of the chairs and just looking in and seeing these guys just having the time of their life.
I was on a plane once and I watched that movie. Oh, my God, I can't remember its name now. It's an Australian movie. No, it wasn't Brokeback. It was Australian and it was about these two guys, obviously. And I knew it was like a gay love story. Oh, God, it was a play for years too. I can't remember its name. Anyway, and I watched it and I didn't realize that they had a pretty graphic sex scene in that. And I was on a plane.
Did you turn it off?
No,
like, did you feel uncomfortable enough to turn it off?
I held it closer to me and I did this.
Just right up at your eyes, like,
I held my iPad right up as close as I could. So Heated Rivalry has taken the world by storm. It's by a Canadian streamer called Crave. And there was a bidding war for the rights and HBO ended up getting it. It ended up being like this thing that HBO were like, whoa, which is so weird to me. HBO looked at this gay hockey romance sex thing and were just like, guys, we've got to get it. We've got to get this series. We have to get it. If we don't get it, we're going to absolutely be losers. And the
this is like a prime HBO show.
Well, but it wasn't made by HBO. You know what I mean? Like everyone's like,
but they give us things like Sex and the City, and they give us like they give us those really gritty. They were Sopranos originally too, weren't they?
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
So they've always given us these things. So to me, it makes total sense that they would jump on and buy the rights to it, because they'd be like, oh yeah, this has been made from a book that a bunch of like housewives gobbled up. So of course a bunch of housewives will gobble this up.
You know, I'm not a book guy. I can't read. But I didn't know that there was obviously there's a passionate queer audience for it, but I didn't know that there was going to be this huge straight female fan base, even before these TV rights were sold. And it was, I don't know what it is about this show. So I've watched the series, shockingly, with my boyfriend. And I mean, there's something about it compared to other shows that depict like gay characters, and especially these two sports guys who are like, they have to be very macho and sports. Yeah. You know the sports. It's very macho. It's very testosterone.
Do you know
heavy.
The sports? You keep calling it the sports. The sports.
And there is something different about it. Now, there's one of those. There was an actor from I can't even remember his name, but he's from I Love LA. And
don't even know that show.
Yeah, I haven't started watching it yet. It's also on HBO, and I really have to dip in a sec. But now that Heated Rivalry is over, I'm really going to do it. But he called out that like the gay sex was not how gay sex happens, and I agree. This is for me. This is romance. This is like 50 Shades of Grey. I don't look at 50 Shades of Grey and go, oh, that's how BDSM and sex rooms all look, and like I don't look at that and go, that's real to life. I look at this and go, well, of course these guys aren't douching. Like they're not. We're not questioning.
Is that why I saw a quote from one of the guys, and he was like, "Yeah, we're not going to douche before we do it every episode."
Yeah, that's why they had to come out and say that. Yeah, exactly. Because the whole point of it is that it is meant to be sexy. It's meant to be a sexy thing. Right. We're meant to live in a fantasy. Again, this is a fantasy. Hockey players aren't like. Well, let's get into that now. So my big thing with this show while watching it is just I've thought about this over the years, and I think you and I have even discussed it. How many sports players are doing it? Because you think about it, they're so hot. They're so hot. Yeah. They're so fit. They've got all this time that they spend with each other. You can't tell me that connections aren't forming and things aren't happening. Because before I was quote unquote openly gay, I love the term openly gay. And
he was in a closet.
Oh, I loved being secretly gay though.
A glass closet.
But a glass one that everyone could see me. What? How many? Because remember, it was recently that was it Mitch Brown, who is a AFL player here in Australia, which is which is a version of football here in Australia, and he came out as bisexual. Now he has a female partner, and he is obviously first.
See, they broke up. They broke up. Came out.
Right. Okay. So they're not together anymore.
No, I don't think they are. I think he was married to her.
Right, okay.
And she knew he was bi and had that secret. And then so when he came out, she was really supportive and everything of him. But I'm pretty sure they were broken up before he came out. But that was so dramatic in the media, him coming out as bi. But I'm really sorry. There's so many guys playing these sports. Some of them are gay. There is just no chance that zero of them were bi or gay. Like, there's no chance. They just don't feel like they can come out yet, which is why this Mitch Brown had such a long time coming until coming out.
And I think there's a lot of I think the biggest reason is probably not the media, even though they would create a whole thing about it. The media are very tiptoey these days about what they say about these things. So I don't think the media would come out. It's not like Ian Thorpe when everyone was questioning his sexuality like forever. And
or what about like Perez
awful.
Hilton days when Perez would just like he would just say that person's gay or whatever. He said anything too. He'd be like, that person's fat, that person's gay.
Yeah.
Like,
and it's different
crazy
between
stuff.
you just saying it in your friendship group and going, I think they're gay, and you saying it with a big megaphone. I think it's very, very different. Anyway, this Mitch guy came out as bisexual, and people with bisexual people, they feel even more weird than gay. And I think it's because they think it's not real, and I don't understand it. I don't get it. Like, with a lot of people, sexuality lives on a spectrum, and you might just be a little bit interested in guys, and you might do a little bit of a dabble, and you go, but mostly women for me. That's also fine. You also might be a little bit like me and slept with women, and you were like, well, I can do that. And that's fine. But then you might sleep with guys and you go, no, that's it. That's the thing. That's the thing. But I wouldn't have known
like if
unless
you just
I tried
never
it.
had, if you never had slept with a guy, you would still be sleeping with women and being like, this is fine. Like it's a thing that I do and I think that I like. Yeah, you would be. Oh, that would be so nice.
I would have made my nan happy. But, like, I think it's very, like, spectrum. And also, I think with a lot of people, it's, like, person dependent. Like, there's a lot of people who might not even enter their thought, but they might build a connection with someone. And this is what I mean when it comes from sport. You're with these people. They are hot. They are jacked. They are fit. And this is why there's so much banging going on at the Olympics. Don't tell me that we're not having lady on lady and men on men action at the Olympics. Like, that shit is absolutely going off.
Well, I think you're right as well. You build connections with the people. So you are physically attractive.
Yes.
And straight dudes love looking at dudes' bodies because they're like, from my experience of straight dudes anyway, they like love the male physique because they want that physique for themselves. Yes. So they're always looking like, oh, look at that one. Like my husband's sitting around watching like Arnold Schwarzenegger videos, like Chris Hemsworth videos, just like, what can I do to get that body? So if you're all like in some weird close-knit team, this is happening. You've been on the apps where you've found the straight guys who are there for just a good quiet time.
Yeah. I don't agree with that. Look, I think that you should be able to, if you want to have an open relationship with your wife and that's a part of your deal or your partner, whatever, that's fine. If that's what you want to do, that's your deal. You guys are both open and honest. It's the secrecy of like, I'm a married man on the DL. And this is it.
A bit creepy.
No, this is not for me. I don't like that. I think that's absolutely gross. Because I slept with a guy once, and I think I've told you the story. And we'd like had some back and forth over a couple of weeks, and he was very, very keen. Why wouldn't he be? I was like 27. And I think he was like 35. And he was very attractive, and he was like, I really like I think I had like family staying with me and we started chatting, and then I had like friends staying with me, and it was like I think it was over this Christmas period. And so I was like, well, I can come to yours, but you can't come here. That's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he waited all that time and then came to mine. And then at the end of it, I was like, so what are you going to do for the rest of the day? And he was like, oh yeah, like my wife's with the kids now, so I've got to get back to the kids. And
that puts a whole different spin on mothers doing everything for Christmas. Like she is literally at home prepping the turkey, and his turkey is getting prepped.
Oh, he's absolutely getting stuffed. And I think like that made me feel so gross because I felt complicit in something that was like, in my opinion, wrong. Very, very wrong. You've made a commitment to someone.
Well, you're the other guy.
Yeah.
And
that's
she's
not what I
thinking there's
signed up
another
for.
girl.
Yeah. Who knows? So I think this whole the interesting thing for me after reading so many articles and watching so many videos with these two actors that are playing these characters. By the way, they're excellent actors. Like, I mean,
Are they gay?
Well, see, that's the question. I think we're getting to a point now where we're not asking anymore. Because you know how there was this whole thing of like only gay people can play gay characters because for so many years, gay people,
which I didn't really understand. Yeah.
Well, okay, I understand it to a point when it's like gay actors are kind of like put in a box of you can only play gay roles because you're too femme or camp or people can't believe you enough to play a straight role. But I think we've gone past that now because we've got people like Jonathan Bailey who we look at and we're like, well, he can play anything. You know, like he can play me if he wants. And we know that he is a gay man and or Matt Bomer, who was also, they were in a show together. That's why I've placed them. Like he could play a straight man. Nobody questions that, but he is a go man. And I think we're moving past that now. And it's just like, I think like everything, best person for the role wins. That's it.
Yes.
I think that's what should be. And in this case, I don't care about their sexualities. I never once, they could both be straight and I would be shocked by it because they play these characters so well that I'm like, they are gay men who love touching each other.
There was one of them I think is gay based on something I saw. The one with the blonde curly hair. Which one's he?
Yep. I think that might be Connor.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think he used to have a YouTube channel.
Right. Yes, he did.
That's like coming out of the woodworks now, and it's like giving gay.
Yeah.
But because I haven't watched any of it, I'm like living through the memes, and the memes are wonderful. Like, you don't even have to have seen this show to be like, this show seems so a bit silly, but a bit awesome as well.
But also, like, I think silly is great. Like it is fantasy. Like the whole thing is fantasy.
Well, there's
That's
people
the whole
are loving silly right now, right? This is why Emily in Paris did so well. That show has no right doing that well. Like, there is no reason for that show to have done that well. It's about nothing. She just goes to Paris. She just is in Paris. She's just wearing the clothes.
Our friend
she's
Sammy
just wearing
will be
clothes.
That you said
I know
any of
she
this.
will. And I'm sorry to Sammy for that. But that show doesn't do anything, as far as I can tell. I've never watched it. But it's just people want to get like lost in fantasy, right? Which I guess is what Heated Rivalry is in a different world. Like they might not have a huge crossover. Well, they could have a huge crossover of people watching Emily in Paris.
I don't know if they have a huge
and
crossover.
Heated Rivalry.
They certainly in my, I've watched only a couple of episodes of Emily in Paris because Sammy demanded that I do it, and it's not for me. When I saw it last night, and it was
Heated Rivalry is definitely for you. My favorite thing I saw though about this show was a commentary on like, I love that they're giving us there is nothing real at all about the hockey playing. Like, like the actual hockey itself is apparently not being portrayed correctly, at all.
There is, I don't know because I don't watch
hockey.
Wouldn't.
He refers to sports as the sports, so he wouldn't know.
I can't sit here and say that I understand what's going on the ice, but when they're both playing each other, I understand what's going on between them on the ice. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I get
those feelings where you're trying to suss out someone else and you'll be like, what's going on with him? And why am I going to be in him later?
So anyway, is it sweet? Is it like a love story, or is it really like is it sad? Do we end up sad?
I don't want to give anything away because I don't want to spoil anything, because I do want everyone to go and watch this because I want to make sure that there's at least 3 seasons of this. So I want everyone to go and watch it. But my biggest thing is, So there's a lot of girls who are convincing their boyfriends or partners to to watch a show about hockey, and they sit down and
No
the guys.
chance.
Like there's a lot of people, recording either their straight friends or their straight partners, and they're going, told him I was going to watch a hockey show, and he was like, great. And then when they're watching the hockey show, they're like, what is this? This is not about hockey. So you're saying, when can I watch this? I have to make sure that, my husband, he might be, working on shifts, or he might not be here or whatever, and that's the only time I can watch it. I don't know. Just tell him it's about hockey. And
and my husband, he also refers to sports as the sports.
He's not a
that's
sports
not
guy.
the thing that's going to get him in.
Yeah, that's
One thing
true.
I might be able to say is there's a lot of male physique in this show. I'm led to believe there's a lot of male physique. So if you want to give it a crack with me, just one episode, we'll get your reaction, and then that'll be that. I can continue with you or without you.
Yeah, look, he has to watch a couple to really get it, and he'll get it.
He doesn't want to get it, mate.
So I'm actually shocked, and this is the reason why I brought this, not because I have just finished watching it and I'm obsessed with it. That's not the reason, guys. The reason for all the wackadoos out there who are just like, Wilko, stop talking about your gay smut. That's not what it's about. My thing is, straight women now seem to be the straight men from the 80s, because straight men from the 80s,
dudes who loved lesbians.
they loved lesbians. Between the 80s and 90s, all I remember and all I've seen is like guys going, oh, I love it when ladies kiss. Oh, God, it's so good when ladies kiss. And everyone was just like, they're not interested in you. Why are you interested in this? Now, straight women are they are intensely invested in gay men's relationships.
Yes.
And more than just the sex, which I think they do like dude on dude. I'm not going to go into everyone's specific kink, whatever they're into. That's fine. Whatever you want to be into, you can be into. Maybe it gets you all hot and bothered. From what I've seen on TikTok, it absolutely does get people hot and bothered. But I think ladies are really into the romance of two men opening up to each other. And here's the thing, guys. To the straight men, maybe the two straight men out of the 1,000 subs that we have, out of the two straight men who maybe watch this podcast, this is just going to show to you that women love to see your vulnerable side. They love it. Now, I don't mean vulnerable and like your ass in the air getting railed by a guy. They might not want to see that.
But that is pretty vulnerable.
That is very vulnerable. It takes a lot of vulnerability to be able to do that. Get what I mean? And I think it's more about the building of the relationship that makes women go, God, why can't all guys be like this? And I think that's what's getting them in.
Yeah. So, yes. Now, the women watching this, right, would be around my age. Okay. So we're talking millennials. Yep. There's also the Gen Zs watching.
Yep.
But Gen Z are like, they're just so free, right? Like when we were in high school, you were straight or gay. There was no bi. No. Like there was two options.
Yep.
And if you were the gay option, it was like, it was okay for some, but it was still not okay for some. Whereas now it's like, be whatever, be whoever you want to be, which is amazing. But if they're women of my age watching, do you remember in the MySpace days when we were all like into emo boys? There was a whole subgenre of emo boys kissing on like Tumblr.
I didn't know about this.
You probably avoided it because you were trying to stay in the glass closet.
That's true. I was not looking at anything boy on boy.
Ew. There was this whole emo girls loved seeing emo boys kissing.
Really?
Yeah, and so did emo boys that are now out of the closet.
Yeah.
So like there was that. So these women are probably watching now and they're like, God, why do I feel so nostalgic for this? And then they go, oh, I used to look at pictures of this on Tumblr. And then also, the thing about gay men is, and I've always said this, the reason I've always fallen in love with gay men before I knew they were gay is because they're nice to us. And
the bar is so low.
that is where the bar is. And women are watching this and they're like, see how they're not murdering each other. That's like really nice, right? They're not like being awful human beings to each other. They're communicating and loving each other. And that's what women want in a relationship. They just want to be talked to.
Not talked at.
Not talked at. And like be treated nice and like not like hurt, literally. So like we're watching this and like, oh, this is what it could be. Are you kidding? And like I'm obviously not in a bad relationship, but I imagine there's a whole genre of women who are watching this and they've been through these shitty relationships with men and they've sworn off men. Like they've sworn off men. And so now they watch this and they're like, this is how I'll take my men from now on. I will take them gay. 100% gay. I'll watch from afar and I don't need one in my house.
I actually feel like there was a I'm not going. Oh God, how do I say this without like outing who it is? There was a woman that I met, and I'd never met her before, but we were at a barbecue, and she was talking, and I don't think she's ever really been around gay people before.
Yeah,
and obviously with this, you know, I'd come to the realization that she never had a gay friend. And I was so sad for her.
That is sad. That is sad.
I was really, really sad for her. I was like, oh, you don't have a gay friend?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
No good.
Like every girlie needs a gay friend. You can't be going through life
without a gay friend. Exactly right.
And this is what I think will make the world better. I've got a friend. He is straight. He has a wife and he has children and he is coming to visit. And we were friends before I was quote unquote gay. And we've been friends after. And I think every straight man needs a gay friend because
I think so. Yeah,
I think it's very, very important. Sure. I think it's very, very important because then you get the balance. It's of like, oh, okay, I can be a little bit more vulnerable with this guy and he's not going to treat me like my other straight friends if I show a little bit of vulnerability.
But also, straight guys also need lesbian friends. They need one lesbian friend and they need one gay friend. They need the whole spectrum.
Oh, you absolutely need, like, and I also, every gay man needs a lesbian friend. You know, there was a whole part there in the 80s and 90s and early noughts that, like, there was this whole, like, lesbians versus the gay guys. And we need to end that because lesbians are phenomenal. They have a completely different skill set than the gays. And
well, they'll go out hunting for you, won't they?
Oh,
and
God.
You guys will be back home. You'll have the barbecue ready and the cocktails made. But they've gone out and hunted and gathered for you.
I don't know now. Maybe because the lesbian influence has made gays a lot more butch. There's a lot of butch gays out there. So, I don't know, maybe it's rubbing off.
Lesbians.
There is. Lipstick lesbians absolutely in. Anyway, so here's what I figured out. You ladies, you dirty, dirty fucking sluzzers. You dirty sluzzers. You love it so much. You love it, and I love you for it. I love that this show is really here, not even for gay people, not even for the queer world. It's for the strong, straight female base, and they're going, no, we demand this now. And I know it's taken a long time for us to get here. It's taken a long time for us to get here, and now we've had these books that have come out. Thank you, Rachel, for dropping these books. Rachel Reid for dropping these books. Maybe Rachel Reid's even a straight woman. I'm not entirely sure.
She'd be a straight woman for sure. A lesbian didn't write this.
Well, who knows? Who knows?
Because she's just living out her own fantasy, Rachel Reid.
And now this fan base, and I love you too. You've crossed over and you've gone, we all need HBO memberships so we can watch this disgustingly smutty show that is, but you know what? It is more than just the sex. I will say that. It is a lot more than just the sex. Even though
It's
the
love.
sex is very forward in the thing, it's more about the relationships, and it's not even about the two main characters. There's another story that they bring in episode 3, I think, and oh god, it melts my heart, the whole thing. Anyway,
Just
you've got to watch it.
just to let you know, Rachel
Yeah.
Reid is a straight woman.
Of course she is.
No shock there. She's married to a man. She's
she
married
is.
to a man, and that man read her book and was like, "Really, babe? This is okay. If you think this will work, then sure." And she's like, "This is gonna fucking work. This is gonna make us so much money, babe." Like,
Well, I hope it
trust.
has, Rachel, because you deserve every fucking dollar you get for this. You deserve more. You know what I mean? You deserve more. So if you're a straight woman, and I know that there's a lot of people who are queer who are on our channel who love to be a wackadoo, and there's a lot of people who are straight identifying, and we love you all equally. But if you are straight, if you identify as straight, if that's what you are, then you need to go and watch this. And then we're going to do a follow-up episode after Courts has watched it. And I want all of your comments. So any comment that you put under this video, I will include in the next video because I want to get everyone's thoughts on it. Because I feel like this year,
see if I can.
we need to do more follow-ups. We've been saying that we're going to do follow-ups and we don't do enough follow-ups. And that's a real letdown for all the wackadoos. Okay? Anyway, like, subscribe, and go and watch Heated fucking Rivalry, and we'll see you in the next episode.